What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Ben here, Galactic News Center. Today, going to be talking about yesterday's news that shooting of Star Wars Episode 8 is underway as the first scenes were shot. Now, we actually got a little teaser about the first day of shooting, or at least the first shots that they were willing to show us. And even though if it was only a couple seconds, there is some valuable information to be gathered from the clip. The shot is the camera panning to the island that Luke and Rey are on, and the camera is fixated on Luke's face as he's looking at Rey. There's a sort of ringing noise in Luke's head, or at least I'm assuming the humming noise in the background was that of Luke's thoughts as he's looking at Rey, and it made me think of an incessant pounding inside of Luke's head. Now, it doesn't seem like much, but if we're going to make a conclusion about this very short bit of film we got, I would say that Luke is indeed very surprised to see Rey on the island, based on the shell-shocked look that he had on his face, but that makes sense, right? I mean, Luke was in exile for God knows how long, multiple years on the island, and the only people he was able to talk to were some Force ghosts, or maybe he hasn't even been in contact with Force ghosts. We don't know that for a fact, and that's a possibility that not many people have been considering in the wake of Episode 7, that maybe Luke was so disillusioned with the Force and his own abilities that he closed everything out while he was in the island. Everybody's saying the only people he had contact with were Obi-Wan and Yoda, and that they were helping him parse through the events, but maybe he closed everybody off, everybody, even Force ghosts. That ringing in his head may be because he completely removed all thought from his mind and just wanted to exist on the island and meditate to himself, not allowing himself to be in contact with Obi-Wan or Yoda. Now, I realize I'm probably very much overanalyzing this, and the scene was just a cool little snippet from the movie that may or may not even play that significant of a role, but who knows? We have a long time till Star Wars Episode 8, so why not speculate it? Why not talk about every little thing we can before the movie comes out? One of the more concrete facts that the trailer gives us is that this is pretty good evidence that we are not going to have a time lapse in between two movies, that indeed the scene that we saw in this teaser is in fact from Episode 8. The movie is going to pick up right where Episode 7 left off, which I think is a good idea. I understand a jump between Episode 8 and 9 perhaps, but there were so many questions at the end of Episode 7 that I think making a time jump and leaving the viewer to figure out where we are in the universe would be kind of frustrating. We already didn't get a whole lot of galaxy building in Star Wars Episode 7, as many of you know I've talked about before, so to just move into Episode 8 without showing the events in the wake of Episode 7, the aftermath, the immediate aftermath of the events of Episode 7, to just propel us into a forward plot would be very frustrating for the viewers who would have to then parse out and figure out what happened to the First Order, where's Kylo Ren at, where's Supreme Leader Snoke at, how far along are Rey and Luke in their training, what happened to Poe, what happened to Finn, where's Princess Leia, what's Chewie up to, C-3PO, R2-D2, and all this stuff, all the questions that we got in Star Wars Episode 7 that were not answered by the end of the film. I think because there's not going to be a time lapse, that those are going to be answered very early in Star Wars Episode 8. So let me know what you guys think. Were you excited by the little teaser of the beginning of the shoot? Is there anything in there that you think we can glean from this in regards to Episode 8? Or do you think it was just something cool and fun that Star Wars did to get people excited for the beginning of shooting? This has been Galactic News Center. I'm Ben. Thanks for watching, and as always, join me, and together we'll rule the galaxy.